Okay, good evening students. This is my fourth video for vectors. So let's start. So in this video we will be discussing about the topic scalar triple product. Scalar triple product. In short, also called as STP. Okay. So if suppose we have three vectors, A vector, B vector and C vector, and I take cross product of two vectors and take the dot product with the third vector, okay, which means the cross product of two vectors, the result of that if taken dot product with the third vector gives us the scalar triple product. Okay, so we can write it like this: A cross B I can write in the determinant form I cap, J cap, K cap, A1, A2, A3, and then B1, B2, B3. Dot vector with the C vector. C vector I can write as C1 I cap plus C2 J cap plus C3 K cap. Okay. So now if I want to take the dot product of this vector with the first row, so what I will do? I will take I cap dot this vector in the first element, J cap dot this vector as the second element, K cap dot this vector as the third element. So as a result we will get C1, C2 and C3 as the first row, because I dot this dot this vector will become C1, J dot this vector will become C2 and K cap dot this vector will become C3, and the remaining two rows will come as it is A1, A2, A3 and B1, B2, B3, right? So in determinant form we can write the scalar triple product like this. Okay, and if I want to write like in a more proper way, so I can write like this: A1, A2, A3, then B1, B2, B3, and then C1, C2, C3. Okay, so basically this gives us the scalar triple product of three vectors, where A vector is A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap, B vector is B1 I cap plus B2 J cap plus B3 K cap, and C vector is C1 I cap plus C2 J cap plus C3 K cap. Okay. Scalar triple product is also called as box product. So because of its representation, it is also written like this: A vector, B vector, C vector, and then enclosed in a box. Okay, so if I want to write A cross B dot C, I can also write it in a box like this: A, B, C, and then enclosed by square brackets on both the sides. That is why it is also called as box product. Box product. Okay, then continuing further, basically we'll study some geometrical applications of scalar product. So first is if we have a say parallelepiped whose vectors are A vector, B vector and then C vector. Okay, A vector, B vector is like this, and then C vector will be the height. Okay, so basically the scalar triple product or box product gives us the volume of the parallelepiped. Volume of parallelepiped whose adjacent edges are A vector, B vector and C vector. Okay, so I just explain the proof how this is possible. Like if we want to calculate the scalar product, so what we will do: A cross B and dot C vector. Okay, suppose this angle is theta. Okay, and so I can write this as AB sine theta n cap dot C vector. Okay, AB sine theta n cap dot C vector. Okay, because A cross B vector we already know that we can write it, the magnitude of A cross B is AB sine theta, where theta is the angle between the two vectors, and n cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane of these two vectors, right? So if we proceed ahead in this, we get AB sine theta as the scalar value, and for taking the dot product of C vector and n cap, what we have to do now, the n cap will be like this: it is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane. Suppose the angle between these two is alpha. So what we will do, the magnitude of vector C, magnitude of n cap is 1, and then cos of alpha. right? N cap is a unit vector, so magnitude of n cap will be 1, and then cos of alpha, because alpha is the magnitude, alpha is the angle between the this c vector and n cap, right? So I can write this as AB sin theta, and then c cos alpha will become the height, okay, for this. Suppose we have alpha is basically the angle between c vector and n cap vector. So if this is c vector, so this angle will become alpha. If this is the n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to the plane, so the angle between c vector and n cap vector, right? So c cos alpha will give us the height from this point to the base of this parallelepiped, right? So basically AB sin theta is the area of the parallelogram. AB sin theta gives us the area of this parallelogram, and then c cos alpha becomes the height, and therefore area into height gives us the volume of parallelepiped, right? So area of parallelogram AB sin theta gives us the area of the parallelogram, and then c cos alpha becomes the height, which is the height of this point above the base, means above the parallelogram. So if you multiply the area and the height, we get the volume of this parallelepiped. Okay. So whenever like three adjacent edges of a parallelepiped are given in the form of vectors, by calculating their scalar triple product, we can calculate the volume of parallelepiped. Now another application is regarding volume of tetrahedron. Okay, if suppose tetrahedron basically is a pyramid with a triangular base. Okay, so it has a triangular base which has 3 points A, B and C. Suppose the position vector of A is A vector, position vector of B is B vector, and position vector of C is C vector. Okay, we take origin as the point above, which is the fourth vertex of the tetrahedron. So it is lying above this base. Okay, and if we connect these 3 points with this point, so we have this tetrahedron. Like the triangle ABC becomes the base of this tetrahedron, and O is the point above the base. Okay, so now if we want to find the volume of this tetrahedron, so volume of tetrahedron is 1 by 3 area of base into height. Okay, 1 by 3 area of the base into height. Now area of the base we can write as half of magnitude of AB vector cross AC vector, right, which we already know. So 1 by 3 area of the base becomes half AB vector cross AC vector. 1 by 3 into 1 by 2 will become 1 by 6. AB cross AC vector you can write like this. Now AB vector will be B vector minus A vector, and AC vector will be C vector minus A vector. So if you simplify this, you will get this expression: A cross B plus B cross C and plus C cross A. Okay, this expression you will get, and then into height. Okay, so how do you calculate the height? So basically this vector is A vector, right, because this is origin and this position vector of point A is A vector, and we know the vector normal to this plane, vector normal to the plane is A cross B plus B cross C plus C cross A. So in order to calculate the height of this point O above the plane, we need to get the projection of this vector along the perpendicular. So how do you calculate the projection of this side, this edge along the perpendicular? We need to take the dot product with the perpendicular. Okay, so what will happen is we need to take dot product of A with this vector, A cross B plus B cross C plus C cross A, and divide by the magnitude of this expression, A cross B plus B cross C plus C cross A. Okay, right? So height basically is the projection of this vector OA vector along the perpendicular from the point to O onto the plane. So in order to do that, we take the projection of this. So for projection we need to take the dot product of vector A with this vector and then divide by its magnitude. Okay, so this expression and this expression will get cancelled out. A dot A cross B will be 0 and A dot C cross A also will be 0, right? So we are left with A dot B cross C, and A dot B cross C is nothing but the box product. So it will become box product divided by 6, right? So whenever we have a tetrahedron whose 3 vertices means the base of means the triangular base, the 3 vertices position vectors are given to us, okay, and origin is the 4th point which is above the base, then we can calculate the volume of tetrahedron by using this formula 1 by 6 and then scalar triple product of the 3 position vectors. Okay, so these are 2 important applications of scalar triple product. Then we will also be doing some important formulae. Okay, what are the important formulae? Like if A cross B dot C is the scalar triple product, if we interchange the cross and dot in this expression, then the result is not changed. Okay, which means we have A cross B dot C. Now in place of cross if I put dot, and in place of dot if I put cross, I get the result A dot B cross C. The same expression, this expression will also give the same result as the first expression. Okay, second important rule is if we have A cross B dot C like this, then if we continue in the cyclic order, okay, this is the cyclic order. Suppose we have this is A, this is B and this is C. Okay, so if it A, B, C, this is the cyclic order, then we can also write this as B cross C dot A, and we can also write as C cross A dot B. Okay, which means A, B, C we have box product like this. Now if we continue in the cyclic order, if B comes first, then it should go in the same cycle. So it should be equal to B, C, A, and similarly if we start with C, then it should go in C, A, B, this order. Okay, so if we continue in the same cyclic order, then the result is always the same. On the other hand, if we change the cyclic order, like we have A, B, C here, but now if I want to change the cyclic order, I want to go the opposite side. So if suppose I want to write B, A, C, then we'll have to put a minus sign. Okay, if I change the order of this cycle, which means I start with B but go opposite to the cycle, so B, A, C, then I need to put a minus sign. Okay, then one more important formula is there, like if in the first vector we have the sum of 2 vectors A plus B, then C vector, then D vector, this is the box product. So I can write it like, I can split it into sum of 2 box products. In the first box product we will have A, C, D, and in the second box product we will have B, C, D. Right? If the first vector is a sum of 2 vectors, second vector is C vector, third vector is D vector, so I can write this result as a sum of 2 box products. In the first box product we will have A, C, D, and in the second box product we will have B, C, D. Okay, so this is also an important formula for scalar triple product or box product. Okay, so this was the theory which was related to scalar triple product. Now we come to another type of product which is called as vector triple product. Okay, vector triple product, also known as VTP. Vector triple product, also known as VTP. Okay, so in vector triple product basically we still have 3 vectors, but now we don't have a dot here because it's a vector triple product. So we'll just put cross everywhere. So we have A cross B cross C. There is a bracket in between these 2 vectors, therefore means they will be given priority, and the result of that will be cross multiplied with C. Okay, so what is the formula for that? In the result we take the dot product of the away vectors first, so it becomes A dot C times B vector, and then the second expression will become B dot C times A vector. We put a minus sign in between, and in both the expressions we need to take dot with the vector which is outside the bracket. Okay, so C vector is outside the bracket, so we need to take dot first with the away vector, and then minus we need to take dot with C vector again, but this time with B vector. Okay, and suppose if we had to solve this A cross B cross C, so what we will do in this case, we will take the dot product of A vector and C vector here. So A vector dot C vector b vector minus, and now we will take the dot of a and b because a is the vector outside here. So minus a dot b times c vector. Okay, so this is an important formula how to like apply the formula for vector triple product. Okay, now I will give you a proof like how we are able to generate this formula. So see, suppose we assume this vector a cross b cross c to be p vector. Okay, suppose a cross b cross c is a p vector. Now since p vector is a cross product of a cross b vector and c vector, therefore p vector is perpendicular to c vector. P vector is perpendicular to c vector, and p vector is also perpendicular to a cross b, right? Because it is a cross product of these two vectors. So p vector is perpendicular to c vector, and p vector is also perpendicular to a cross b. Now a cross b is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane of a and b, right? A cross b is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane of a and b, and p is perpendicular to a cross b, which means p must lie in the plane of a and b. Okay, so we can write this as x a vector plus y into b vector. Okay, we can write this as x a vector plus y into b vector. Okay, now what you do, you take the dot product of p with c. Okay, p dot c, what will it become? X times a dot c plus y times b dot c. Now p vector is perpendicular to c vector, therefore if we take dot product of p vector with c vector, it must be 0, right? P vector is a vector which is perpendicular to c vector, therefore if we take dot product with p vector and c vector, it must be 0. So p dot c, x times a dot c plus y times b dot c, right? So if I rearrange these terms, x times a dot c vector is equal to minus y into b dot c. X times a dot c is equal to minus y times b dot c, right? So suppose this is equal to lambda. Okay, we take this to be lambda. So I can write x as lambda upon a dot c vector, and I can write y as minus lambda upon b vector dot c vector. Okay, because this will go in the denominator and this will also go in the denominator. So x is equal to lambda upon a dot c, and then y is equal to minus lambda upon b dot c, right? So now okay, okay, so we had to prove that yes. So now what we can do, we got this expression x is equal to lambda upon a dot c minus minus y x is equal to x into a dot c minus y into b dot c, because this expression went to the left hand side, so equal to lambda. Now I got x and y in terms of lambda. Now what we need to do, we can just substitute these values of x and y in the original expression, which is expression 1. Okay, so now if we substitute this value in this expression, what we will get? Okay, if we substitute these values of x and y in this expression, p vector is equal to x into a vector. So x is lambda upon a dot c into a vector, and y is minus lambda upon b dot c into b vector, right? So on taking the LCM, we will get that expression lambda into b dot c times a vector minus lambda into a dot c times b vector. Okay, and for a simple case, we can take lambda is equal to 1. Okay, for a simple case, we can take lambda is equal to 1. So if we take lambda is equal to 1 in this case, we get this result. A cross b cross c vector means, on substituting lambda equal to 1 here, we get b dot c. Yes, here a dot c, sorry, in this case we can put lambda is equal to minus 1. So if we put lambda is equal to minus 1 here, we get this expression A dot C into B vector minus B dot C into A vector. Okay, so this was the proof for vector triple product. Now there is one more thing, Lagrange's identity. For Lagrange's identity, we can use the vector triple product. Lagrange's identity, we can use the vector triple product. In this, we have A cross B cross C cross D. A cross B dot C cross D. Okay. So in this we have this formula. I can write this in the determinant form. A dot C, A dot D, and then B dot C, and then B dot D. Okay. We have A cross B as the first vector, C cross D as the second vector. If I take what I need to do, I will have a 2 cross 2 determinant. First I will take dot product of the first vector with the other two vectors, which means A dot C, A dot D will come as the first row. And for the second row I need to take dot product of the second vector with these two vectors, so B dot C into B dot D. Which means on simplification we will get this A dot C into B dot D minus B dot C into A dot D. Okay. So this is called as Lagrange's identity. I can help with the proof. So in the proof, what we need to do, if I want to find this result, A cross B dot C cross D. So what we can do here is we can interchange this cross and this dot. Okay. So if I interchange this cross and this dot, A dot, it will become B cross C cross D. Okay. A dot and then B cross C cross D. So A vector dot, then B cross C cross D I can write as B dot D times C vector using the vector triple product formula. B dot D times C vector minus B dot C times D vector. Right. So on further simplification, in the first expression B dot D is a scalar. So we take the dot product of A and C. So A dot C times B dot D and minus, in the second, if we multiply, we need to multiply A vector with dot D vector because B dot C is a scalar. So it will become B dot C times A dot D. Okay. So this result is same as this result, which means A dot C into B dot D minus B dot C into A dot D. And this result we can also write in the form of a determinant like this. Okay. So this was like Lagrange's identity when we are taking dot product of two vector products. Okay, when we are taking dot product of two vector products, so what we need to do, first we need to take the dot product of the first vector with the other two vectors as the first row, so A dot C, A dot D, and then for the second row we need to take dot product of the second vector with the other two vectors, so B dot C into B dot D, and then we know how to simplify the determinant. Okay, so this was all I had for this video. Okay, we covered scalar triple product, vector triple product, and then we also covered some geometrical applications like volume of parallelepiped and volume of tetrahedron. Right, so we'll continue with vectors in my fifth video, and thanks for watching this video.